Hey, what's up, y'all? Oh, damn, this is the video I picked. Oh. All right, y'all, listen. Charlie Kirk takes on Bible-denying Oxford student. Y'all know how I feel about the Bible. Actually, I don't think y'all know how I feel about the Bible. But let's get it. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and I saw your comment, the goofy in the comments that was like, oh, are you getting paid for this? Yup. And you know, I'm gonna tell you something else. You being mad about the shit I be saying is getting me paid even more. So I need you to keep commenting. I need you to keep pushing it. Cause even that 500 views, there were 1,000 views or 3,000 views I get over here, still get me paid every month. So you know what? I need you to keep doing that. I need you to keep helping me get paid. I need you to keep helping me getting sponsorship. I need you to do all that good shit. So I saw your comment. You say I know I don't read the comments. I don't read the comments real, but I saw yours. Okay? I can't remember your fucking name, but you wrote 3 comments. I appreciate the love, bro. Say you don't know what the fuck you talking about. And I challenge you this Saturday to come over to TikTok and get a debate. My TikTok is CamKing757. I need you to come over there and I need you to come on. So actually I got the book club doing Saturday. So come to nah, I don't fuck you. I don't want you in my book club. But come over to TikTok and I'll schedule a point where you can get a debate. Okay? Cool. So let's grill your man Charlie Kirk now, since you like his dick so much, you know, since you got his cock in your mouth. Like we're gonna, and also, no, I'm not gonna make that joke because I don't like how he died, but I don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with you, specifically you. So let's go. I'm not saying I like Charlie Kirk, but he was a conservative, and on the conservative side of opinions, I rock with. He had a conservative view. I don't like what he said about black people though. I think that was wrong. But I ain't gonna laugh at the man's death. I ain't fucked up like that. Let's go. Talk my shit real quick.
Our good friends at Angel Studios. I love it.
Sorry, Charlie. I can't. We just gotta move forward. Damn, poor Charlie. R.I.P. man.
You spoke a little bit about
he was born the same year I was too, 1993. That's crazy. We the same age. Holy shit. Holy shit. Damn, he was young. Damn, bro. That's crazy, actually.
The sanctity of life and the inviolable dignity of the human person. I take it that you accept evolution.
It depends what you mean by that.
Do you think we've evolved from primates?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I do believe in the biblical account of creation. I also acknowledge that there is an abundance of scientific research that shows adaptation.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm gonna listen to what he had to say. But if you believe in the biblical account, then you don't believe we evolved from primates. So why would you say when she asked you, do you believe we evolved from primates? I don't know. You don't believe it.
Species change is heavily inferred in the data. I don't know enough about it, but I believe the scriptures to be true. And you can be a theist and also believe in God-ushered evolution.
Yeah, I completely
Okay.
Of which I allow people much smarter than me to make determinations on that. It's completely irrelevant to my core theology, though.
Okay. Are you happy for me to proceed with the question now on that basis?
Sorry, yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but yeah.
No, that's fine. So you're kind of not vaguely, but you seem generally happy with the idea that maybe evolution is true. I hope that that's the case. I mean,
well, I actually don't believe that. I think that
okay.
I'm not saying you said happy to that evolution is true.
Well, not necessarily happy, but
well, that was the word you used, though, right?
Okay, fine. Willing to accept that based on the evidence, evolution is a fact.
No, I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm actually, again, I say I'm.
Now I'm gonna destroy her. The theory of evolution. A theory is an idea spawned from a massive amount of facts. So there are a ton of facts that prove what she's saying. And there are a ton of facts that can point towards evolution. But since they haven't connected all the data together, we don't know 100% if evolution is true. So to say that 100% evolution is true, you can't really say that. And to bounce off what Charlie's about to say, there's evidence of God. God is a theory. Technically, there's evidence to prove that God exists. So she can't say evolution is 100% fact.
Open to have my mind moved, and I look at the data, but I believe given the abundance of equal data that atheists must reckon with, that there is a fine-tuning problem to our existence that I believe warrants that there is a God, intelligent life came from a God, and I believe the scriptures to be true. That in the creation account, there is an allowance to say that God created the heavens and the earth and allowed us to either evolve through species. I happen to believe, through a faith claim, that human beings are designed. What that means is designed over a long period of time or designed immediately. That's for people smarter than me to determine.
Fine. I suppose what I'm getting at is if you believe in the sanctity of life and that there's something fundamentally different between the life of, say, for instance, a human being and the life of an animal, does that not make that claim slightly arbitrary? What is personhood based in, if not?
So
do you see what I'm getting at?
Sort of. The scriptures say, though, that God created humans, male and female distinct. They're the only ones in Genesis 1:26, 1:27 to make the image of God.
Right,
and
exactly.
so he called animals good, but they are not image bearers.
Okay,
but that word create is barach in Hebrew, and it's not clear whether or not that is created in an instant over a long period of time. And we as believers, I find no contradiction into saying that God could have created an instant, of which I would be pleased, I'll ask God when I get to heaven how this all unfolded, or was it a process of adaptation and species change? Very smart Christians are on both sides of this issue, and so there's what we call in Christianity closed-hand theological issues and open-hand theological issues. Closed-hand issues would be like the resurrection of Christ, the Trinity, and then there's open-handed, which would be like eschatology or the Eucharist or the creation account. This one allows, given the verbiage, it could be either way.
Fine. I think just, I don't want to take up too much time then, but just kind of on that, you're talking a little bit about Christian values. I'm intrigued by that. I get the sense that you're very much motivated by your faith. To what extent do you think Donald Trump embodies gospel values?
Yeah, so he reminds me very much of Samson in the Bible.
What? He reminds me of Samson in the Bible. Now, come on, man. This is the part I don't like about these political pundits, right? Be honest. Donald Trump stands for none of the values in the Bible. Come the fuck on, man. He's a very, very, not anti-Bible man, but he definitely just stands for principles in the Bible. Calling people son of a bitches and calling countries shithole countries. I like it. I think it's funny. But if you're going to say biblical principles, he does not love one another. He does not love his neighbor as he loves himself. I'm going to tell you how you know that too. Just in a fucking random, in the speech at his funeral, the motherfucker said, not at his funeral, I'm sorry, but the motherfucker said, no, maybe it was at his funeral. The motherfucker said, I don't like my enemies. I hate my enemies. Right. That a motherfucker that's Jesus like? I'm not saying I got anything against Trump though.
You can laugh. How many of you guys actually know about Samson? Great hair. He was a man.
And I want y'all to know, just because I want to piss white. No, I'm sorry. I just want to piss certain people off. Anybody. It could be white or black at this point. Samson had locks. Samson sounded black. For those of you who don't believe any black people were in the Bible at all, Samson was black. You know what also is? Jesus was black. If Jesus existed, he was probably black. He was in the Middle East. So he probably looked like me. And sorry to tell y'all I'm black. I know y'all hate that, but I know y'all think I'm biracial, but both my parents are black. Sucks, doesn't it? Jesus might have looked like me. Oh, you still a believer, KKK?
Willing to fight for a cause greater than he, despite some of his own moral troublings and moral missteps. All throughout the Bible, from King David to others, there are plenty of Abraham. Moses murdered somebody.
He did.
How many people know that? Moses murdered somebody.
Moses was a murderer.
You can say a lot. Donald Trump.
Murderer!
But Moses is like the most revered man in Judaism. He was a murderer in Egypt. He took someone aside and just slammed him in the head and actually had to flee all the way to Midian because of it. We're all flawed.
Hold on, wait. Let me see if he... No, he doesn't make an excuse for it. He's about to say he's flawed.
We all have original sin.
Facts.
How do I reconcile what he's doing with gospel values?
Well, for instance, I mean, the gospel values to me would be, humility, compassion, forgiveness. Sure. Does he live according to those values, do you think?
I actually, at times, I will say, he's far more magnanimous than people will give him credit. None of us are able to fill all those values. I will say some values that I think he does fulfill. He is a truth teller. And the gospel says very clearly that telling of the truth is one of the most fundamental things, the spoken word. So I'm not going to spend time here defining every moral decision that Donald Trump has made or not made. I am equally a sinner as Donald Trump.
Good job, because if you would have done that, you would have got blown out the fucking water. There ain't many moral decisions you can make in the position of president. Some of that shit has to be immoral. So I'm just saying about the grounds of just being the president in general, not just Donald Trump himself, but decisions you make as that kind of a leader are hard for you to actually be moral with it. It's 100% moral. I'll say that. You can be moral, but like 100% moral. It's definitely complicated if we're honest about it.
We all are. We all fall short of the glory of God. But I will say that his willingness to rise to the occasion of something greater than he, to endure being shot and almost shot again and almost 700 years in federal prison, is one of the most courageous actions I've ever seen from a public elected official in the history of the West.
Do you think Jesus would have voted for Trump?
Do I think Jesus, first of all, Jesus intentionally didn't vote and did not care about the Roman guard. You remember he said, pay unto Caesar what is Caesar, render unto God's what is God. Do I think Jesus would love some of the stuff that Trump is doing?
It's a silly question, but I'm just,
No, I mean, fine. It's like, what did Jesus teach us? Jesus says, don't touch children. Okay, so you would love the fact that Donald Trump repealed Roe versus Wade. You'd love the fact that child sex trafficking is being focused on in this current government. Jesus Christ said a lot of things such as, sin no more, and things such as love your neighbor are things that we should embody in every single one of our public policy decisions. So Jesus is divine, and he would not fill out a ballot.
All right, thank you for answering my questions.
I had no issue with a lot of the conversations. I think because I actually listened to Charlie Kirk, I actually didn't really have a lot of issues with a lot of things that he said when I would hear him talk about it and explain it, right? I didn't have really a lot of issues with him. But, it is what it is. People have issues with what people have to say all the time. So, I like that video. That was a pretty good video. Like, I like that he opened the conversation for conservatives and liberals to actually talk. So, nothing against Charlie Kirk. But at the beginning of the video, I was specifically speaking to somebody in the comments, so I want to debate with that motherfucker. Because he was definitely trying to, poke at the ego. Oh, you barely get any views. Motherfucker, you get no views at all. you have no videos up. You have no content. You have no creation. You have nothing you've done in the world, probably. Why are you critiquing me, bro? You're critiquing somebody who actually, if you go over to TikTok, or even if you go, back to, some of the older videos on here, man, we just restarted it back up again, and we're trying to get it going and going and going. But we got way more views and way more clout, way more respect, and way more value in life. It's people like you that I like to shit on because you deserve to be shit on. You deserve it. You deserve it because you're nobody trying to critique somebody who is somebody. It's crazy. You know what I mean? But, hey, listen, stay in your little cabin in the woods and shit, and, have fun with your sister. And I'm out. Peace.